Hello everyone, welcome back to another Talishar game. This one will feature Uzuri, the new assassin hero, and she performed well at the tournament in Chicago, and let's see how Bravo fares up. I don't have a matchup made for Uzuri yet, or for any of the new heroes, and for Uzuri we definitely want all the defense reactions. And Uzuri doesn't often pump up her attacks, so I think Crush the Weak is actually good. This card is becoming worse in the meta because Fa is less relevant, but against Uzuri it's fine because she can't play any of the stealth attacks. And yeah, playing 62, maybe I can cut down Pommel's blue. But yeah, let's keep it straight 60. And we play Sigil because it's a good bluff and we want some health gain, I think. So let's see, we are going first, and this is not the best, but definitely not the worst hand, because we can make a Seismic Search token, or actually create two, and we can just pass here and put a card in arsenal. So we can see already that these two Seismic Surges create some weird stuff. We can't really block this in any way. Oh, okay, so he plays Play High and got the Inertia token, which is not that bad, I'd say, because on our turn we actually want to attack with Crush the Weak and then play Pummel on it, so only thing I'm scared of is not getting the value out of a sink below. And let's put Debilitate here and pass. So this creates a Frailty token, and of course we are going to use this sink below because with the Inertia we can't really do anything else with that. I'm seeing now that he plays more than 60, but that shouldn't be an issue. I think with Anatos it's really easy to outvalue your opponent. And here this is really weird, going Crush the Weak, 7 damage for 1 resource with 2 floating, and he should know that this is a Pummel because we do have the Inertia token, and he does put 7. That probably means he has a D-React in arsenal, because okay, so let's see, does he have a D-React? Yeah, he has it. So good play from him, recognizing the situation, because otherwise I would block with Pummel and dominate that Crush the Weak, but this way we did gain tempo back. But unfortunately from our hand we see that our tempo won't accomplish much because we drew into 4 blues, but we can still go in for 8 damage, and the on hit isn't really relevant. I don't think Uzuri plays any draw cards, so this is the first specialization, and that means that if he plays a stealth card he probably has another specialization in hand, and we are not afraid of it because we have Unmovable in hand, obviously. And yeah, we play that Unmovable because he will probably decide to banish our blue card, or maybe even a red card, since not a lot of reasons why I would keep a 4 card hand. So probably he will banish a red card, so I'm possibly stuck with only blues, but this way we still can swing Anatos for 6. We defended from a specialization, and there is only one left, and that's important to keep track of in this matchup. And here we can see that fatigue should be an issue because our weapon goes for 6 and his 2 weapons go combined for 2. Well, this is an ugly hand, and Defense reactions can be played. Okay. So this is this is the worst possible scenario for us. Well, maybe I could have played Crown of Providence there. That sounds like a better play in retrospect, but this is something I don't really I don't really think about this because it's such a weird situation. So here, yes, I could have played Sigil of Solace, block with Pummel, and then pitch to create a Seismic Surge, Arsenal the defense reaction. But I think this way we accomplish more because essentially we dealt with his defense reaction, and that's pretty good for us, I'd say. So this is really annoying, and because of this scale pillar I think that I should have used Crown of Providence last turn, because I'm not going to get any value out of it anyway. Here, since we do have a defense reaction in Arsenal, we can play more risky, as I'm playing now. This creates a Blood Red Pot token. Here, since my all blues block 2, I will actually block with Lunging Press and pass. So the main punish is Command and Conquer, but I guess he doesn't have any good targets in hand. Oh, I should start reading these cards a bit better. So this does a Blood Red Pot, so it's actually 0 for 5, and I guess I could have put the armor there to prevent 3 damage. So not really optimal play from me, I'd say, because we do have a 10 HP deficit. This is dominated but doesn't do anything, so let's pass again. Probably should have used armor, but I'm old-fashioned. I like to keep armor for more important stuff. We still haven't seen any contract cards, so no Leave No Witnesses and no Surgical. And let's see how he deals with dominated Crippling Crush. So even if he lets this one through, he will still have the life lead. Yeah, and discards 2 random. It's Shred and E-Strike. So that's good to see, because now our Sink Below is a bit safer. And here I will actually try to use Crown and Sink Below, because on a 4-card hand, not really happy. So what's the punish? Command and Conquer, obviously. But we can actually play Sink Below in... we can't play Sink Below in response, that's the problem, because this will still stay. So let's fish for a red, and that's a red card. Okay, so Shred on the Crown of Providence. I guess we're fine with taking damage there. So now this yeah, maybe actually last turn another blue would be fine, because you could play Imposing Visage, grab Showtime, grab Crush the Weak, and then play Crush the Weak, because it's not like this Crippling Crush does much against Uzuri. It prevents the daggers, but her attack reaction doesn't need an action point. So we started pushing some damage, and we can see that we are at 2020, so basically a blitz game. Okay, so there goes Leave No Witnesses. Well, fortunately for us, we have Sink Below in Arsenal ready to go, and I kinda don't want him to get go again, but I don't think there's any clean way of stopping it, so I'll actually press pause here. Oh, he can't game go again, yes, because of a Spinal Crush. So that's silly of me. We have a clean sink here, and this is another thing I like to do. We can play Terra Sunder for 7 damage here. We dominate, that's good. But there is no risk in removing one card from with sink below. So actually the risk is drawing a pummel, but pummel here isn't all that bad. And he has a card in arsenal for some time, so if you draw a red card, we draw a red card, it's good. If you draw a blue card, doesn't really matter, because we are still going for that Terra Sunder. He did not get the silver token, he played the yellow shred, and here we can go for our Anatos with Terra Sunder for 7 damage. So not really much exciting stuff happening. I guess his 2 shakedowns in the same hand is bad for him, and especially since I drew a red unmovable to stop the other one. But no command and conquers yet. That's also a bit frightening. And here we see he discarded he discarded 2 Withers, so 2 stealth attacks. And it's the stealth that creates frailty token, which is not really important in this matchup, as he goes for 5 go again. So that means he does have a card in arsenal to play, and this we block with Crushed Weak. So plan on our turn is to swing Anatos for 6 and arsenal this sink below. We don't need the Crush the Weak. And I guess another option could be okay, so my armor will defend for less. Okay, so Codex of Frailty, and now we have a decision to make. So he will probably go for Leave No Witnesses, because he doesn't have Death Touch yet. He has his Tunica, but no Death Touch. So probably Leave No Witnesses. And we no, if we play Sigil of Solace, then we have to discard the card, and then we can't really defend. So yeah, I think this is just a pass angle. That card is really good, Codex of Frailty, because that will lower our Anatos to only 5. But yeah, here we let this damage through, play Sigil of Solace. Even if he gets a silver, it's unlikely he will get another one this game. He does get a silver, and that's our Command and Conquer gone. And he still gets an arsenal, so that Codex is a really strong card. Saves him alive here as well. Well, maybe he blocks with 2 cards if he doesn't have anything explosive. Okay, only 1 shred. That means our sink below should be better. Our hand is pretty good. We have 2 red attacks to choose from, but we have to be wary of our health totals here. And this is a bit unconventional, but let's get the armor value while we still can, because we might need to block again soon enough. And this is a pretty strong turn from him. I think we need to block sooner rather than later. And our goal is to Ghost Dominated Spinal Crush and a Command and Conquer. So there goes Command and Conquer. Not the worst thing, because we have good value on our weapon, and we still have this defense reaction to keep us safe from him. Yeah, we can't play. Oh, yeah, we can't play from arsenal. So what's the problem here? The problem is a Command and Conquer, because then we lose the defense reaction. And how big of a problem do I think that is? Because we want to block with this anyway, so we can arsenal Command and Conquer. So I think we play this in reaction. And let's see, what does he have for us? That touch. So, oh, okay, I forgot he had a card in arsenal. I thought he banished a card from hand. So here we don't have much of the arsenal saving cards now. So putting this Command and Conquer in arsenal is a bit risky, but also I'm thinking this Anatos is a... yeah, it also requires a block because he is low on HP as well, and I would really like this Command and Conquer to go with a pummel, but there is no pummel. Here we see he will get a shakedown for his next turn, and I guess we don't need this Command and Conquer since we already have one in arsenal. And this can't be used. So we have two options now. We can go for a Terra Sunder with Dominate or Command and Conquer. And if you go Terra Sunder for 7, he has 4 armor only in the equipment, and with 1 card in hand he can block that pretty efficiently. So it's not really good to do so in this position. What we will do is make a Seismic and swing with Command and Conquer, so this way he can't play any defense reactions. There are 2 Fate Foreseens and 2 Sink Belows, so he still has some more. And there is a second Command and Conquer. We know he has a Shakedown in hand, and we know he has a Shakedown in hand, so why would he do that? Okay, yeah, that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, so he has a Shakedown, and he showed us Shred, so I guess that makes this should be easier to block, but let's pretend like we didn't see that Shred. But also we can always swing with Crippling Crush for 11 next turn, and that forces out blocks, and use this to prevent losing life. And I think that is better anyhow. It's hard to be objective now since I saw Yellow Shred, but with putting some thought into it, I think this is a lot better. Well, I didn't think about that. That's a bit sad. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty bad on my part actually. I should have put 1 armor, and then I can... it's not really a punish because I can't do anything. So now we kinda have to block, because we are taking 2 damage. Yeah, this requires a block. So another thing to look is he only has 17 cards left, no more Smackdowns, but still 1 Command and Conquer and 2 Deathly Touches. And we are relatively healthy. We should be seeing our other what's it called, Sink Below that we pitched earlier, along with some defense reactions, and this will probably be a Command and Conquer, so we lose our arsenal, which is a bit sad. And I think the next cards will feature a Sink Below, Fate Foreseen, and no Sink Below, Fate Foreseen and Sigil of Solace. Here Grandeur pros a bit worse because this does not go for 10 now, only for 8. Of course he knows that, and he has defense structure, so it's not really that it matters a lot. Okay, so I miscalculated a bit. Should I block this? Probably. Probably yes. And okay, Deathly Touch again. How many shreds does he run? Well, not all that much. Here we can go for 4. He doesn't have to give us a card, but it would probably be a correct thing to do. Unless he has a certain way to kill us on the following turn. So that's 3 Deathly Touch, 3 commands, 3 Rebels. How many shreds? 2 red, 1 yellow, 3 red, 2 yellow, and 1 was pitched for shakedown. For this shakedown. And Codex, he should have Codexes left. E-Strike. Any E-Strikes left? 1 E-Strike left. Okay, so he goes to 1. That's a bit risky. Oh, yeah. Let's see, is it Blood? It's Blood Rot. Okay, so that's kind of annoying. Because we now... It's no use in blocking this since it doesn't reduce anything from our hand. And it's an E-Strike. For 5 we'd go again, so let's... I don't think Yellow Shred shouldn't be up yet, so let's block for exact 5. Let's keep it at the top because we want to see Grandor as late as possible. Of course, it's not nice being at 2 life with a floating Bloodrot Pox token, and he still has an action point. That's a bit scary. And it comes in for 3 Dominate from Arsenal, so we should prevent life anyway, because it's not like we can use armor to protect us from the Spider's Bite anyway. Okay, so here we will drop down to 1. And what's the plan? I think we need to get rid of cards from his hand. Obviously, we will not be doing so because he has 4 armor, so he can choose to keep his whole hand. But he's out of big hitters now. I mean, he could be problematic with the Dominate stealth attacks, because then anything gets over it. I'm seeing that he isn't playing the attack that goes from 3 to 7 when an attack reaction is played. Oh, also another thing to be wary about is Flick Knives throwing a dagger, so that's annoying. This is a bad play on my part, knowing that he still has an attack reaction floating. In retrospect, it's easy to say that now it was better to have 2 more life by pitching the Terra Sunder. So we're essentially at 1 life now. That's the issue. So we have to block Spider's Bite every single time. Yeah, this is not the most representative game. Or maybe it is actually, but not the most correct played game between these 2 heroes. Obviously I don't know his hand or how Uzuri should play, but there were a few misplays on my part that should not have happened. So this demands a block. Okay, a shred. Okay, so we obviously don't see the shred, but we don't have really an option to play anything that blocks for less than 3 anyway. And I bet he'd like to have another weapon. Because what can he do? He can play Codex of Frailty. That removes blocks from our hand, but he will discard his Shred. So we'll have to see what will he add. So Frailty. We want something that we can throw, so it's either a Crush the Weak or Command and Conquer. And we'll have to give up to maybe all cards in block actually. Let's pick Crush the Weak. And we have to block with our full hand. He gets Arsenal, but maybe his Arsenal won't be good. Another thing to notice, he still has a silver token, so he can always use that to sort of filter out. He is getting rid of his dominated stealth attack, but now I'm also close to fatiguing, and this is how I lose. So wow, yeah, he can sure. So yeah, that was a big overkill at the end. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, I know where this went wrong, but I would say that this was, so I'll have to see what went wrong. Thanks for watching, and see you again in another video. Bye.